My name's Andy Baird. I'm the Deputy Director of Engagement here at the Tasmanian Museum and Art Gallery. And we're in my favourite gallery, which is Islands to Ice. And I guess the reason it's one of my favourite galleries is because this is the gallery I came on to work on to develop when I first came to the museum 15 years ago. And at that time, I was the Antarctic Education Officer. And I guess all I want to do today is introduce you to one of my favourite animals, and I guess many people's favourite animals, which is the emperor penguin, the world's largest penguin that's alive today. Now, as you can see here on display in this kind of swirling marine environment of the Antarctic and the Southern Ocean, we've got emperor penguins in what is normally their most common mode of operating, which is swimming through the oceans, because the birds spend most of their time swimming around until they're actually breeding on the continental ice. But you can see straight away that they are a very large animal. Many of us might have seen the little fairy penguins or the little penguins in everywhere from Sydney all the way down through to Tasmania. You'll see little penguins. Compared to the emperor penguin, they're the runts of the litter. The emperor penguin itself is only found in Antarctica. And a little reminder for people, there's no penguins in the Arctic. You get polar bears in the Arctic, you get penguins in the Antarctic. So that's a little kind of reminder. If you're out in the snowy environment lost, you can find out where you are by the wildlife around you. The other thing I'd love you to hear at the moment is the sound of the penguin, because when you first get near a colony of penguins, and I worked in Antarctica as a researcher briefly, the sound and the smell is what hits you first of any colony of penguins. And so I'll push a little button on our display here, which anybody can do, we're in the TMAG, but you'll actually hear the sound of emperor penguins. And I took some of these recordings way back when we were in Antarctica in the early 90s. So that sound of the bird is very specific to each type of bird. Sounds similar to other penguin colonies, and we've worked in the Delhi colonies and some of the others, but that's the sound you might hear when you're walking up to a penguin you first come across one. So this is the first penguin, emperor penguin, I ever saw when I was down in Antarctica, and we were actually about 100 kilometres from the shore of Antarctica and had just got off the Aurora Australis, the big orange ship that the Antarctic Division used to get down to Antarctica. And we got up onto the ice, and in the distance we saw a couple of shapes walking towards us. And it was very unusual. We were kind of like, what's going on? There was nobody meant to be around here. We're 100 kilometres from the shore. And yep, it was two inquisitive emperor penguins that were walking right up to the big orange ship that was right grounded into the sea ice. This is all frozen ocean here. And these penguins were coming up to see what was going on. And you can see how lacking in inhibition these penguins were. They were right up close to us. And in fact, at the time, I knelt down, took out an audio recorder and started chatting to the penguins. Well, at least I was recording what they were saying about a strange human in their habitat.